Hi guys, it's your girl Peachy, and welcome to Black History Month's Creative SIMS. Today we're going to meet Miss Ann Lowe. She was born in Clayton, Alabama in 1898. Her great-grandmother, an enslaved woman, had given birth to a child fathered by her white plantation owner. Her mother and grandmother were both seamstresses to wealthy Alabama elites. When Lowe was a child, she loved to play with the scraps left over from her mother's sewing work. And so she would sew and shape them into the form of flowers. At 16, her mother died suddenly, and Lowe completed her outstanding commissions, including a dress for the First Lady of Alabama. A wealthy Floridian, impressed with Lowe's skills, invited her to move to Tampa and become her family's seamstress. As word of her talent spread, her clientele increased. With her employer's support and encouragement, Lowe enrolled at the St. Taylor School of Design in New York. She studied alone in a separate classroom because white students did not want to attend class with a Negro. Ironically, her designs were often upheld as examples in the same classes she was forbidden to attend, and she successfully completed her 2-year design program in half the time. Lowe returned to Tampa, opened a shop, and hired 18 seamstresses to help her keep pace with requests for balls, cotillions, and other formal affairs. Business was good, but Lowe was eager to fulfill her dream of working in New York City. Taking $20,000 in savings, she closed shop and headed north. Lowe's clients included the DuPonts, the Roosevelts, the Rockefellers, and the Auchinclosses. Mrs. Auchincloss had brought her daughter Lee Bouvier to Ann Lowe in order to design her wedding gown. However, Lee and her mother soon canceled the order. They had heard another designer was cheaper. Ultimately, that dress ended up costing them more. So when her other daughter, Jacqueline, announced her engagement to Senator John F. Kennedy, it was Ann Lowe who designed the bridal gown as well as dresses for the bridal party. A week before the Kennedy wedding, Lowe's workroom flooded, ruining 10 of the 15 gowns, including the wedding dress. Lowe and her staff worked around the clock for a week to make the dresses over. The wedding gown originally took 8 weeks to make. It was duplicated in 5 days. After repurchasing all the fine fabric and working day and night, Lowe's projected $700 profit on the job was actually a $2,200 loss. Lowe never told the family. When Lowe arrived in Newport, Rhode Island, to deliver the bridal party dresses to the staff at the front door, they would not let her enter, telling her to use the back door. She reportedly countered, "I'll take the dresses back to New York," if she had to go into the back door, which means she walked through that front door. Jacqueline didn't love the dress, so when people asked her who did the dress, she responded she wanted to go to France, but a colored dressmaker did it. It devastated Ann Lowe. Here she was written out of what would have been a career-making gown for anyone else. She didn't seem to have held a grudge about it. By 1964, she was telling the Saturday Evening Post how sweet Jackie Kennedy, who was by the time widow Kennedy and former First Lady, had been to her. That same year, Mrs. Kennedy found out what Lowe had gone through with her wedding dress 11 years earlier. Despite her brilliance and reputation, Lowe was frequently taken advantage of by her clientele, who talked her prices down to a fraction of what they were worth. By the mid-1960s, she was tens of thousands of dollars in debt and in trouble with the IRS. Then an anonymous friend paid her back taxes, cutting her debts in half. Lowe always suspected the anonymous friend was Jackie. While Lowe had opened Ann's Gowns in Harlem in 1950, she went on to open Lowe's Originals in Manhattan, Madison Avenue in 1968. It made her the first African American to have a business on the high-end retail strip. She maintained that store until she retired in 1972. This woman designed the dress Olivia de Havilland wore when she won her Oscar, but de Havilland failed to name her as a designer. This is also the same woman who created Jacqueline Kennedy's wedding dress with its classic portrait neckline and bouffant skirt embellished with wax flowers, and went on to be one of the most iconic wedding gowns in history. This is the same woman who decades later would die broke and unknown at the age of 82. This was Ann Lowe, and thank you for watching this moment in Black history through Creative SIMS. Have a good one. Bye.